Okay. Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to our weekly event, Bring Back the Joy. And tonight we are going to be talking to normal, everyday people who have created extraordinary things. We're going to be listening to stories. We're going to be listening to people who have made simple changes in their life in a couple of areas, and we're really excited for what this is going to for us sharing this with you. We've actually a couple of our team have just returned from New Zealand, where we were able to share it live, and it was an exciting time for us. And so we're back here, we're back in our homes, and this is a weekly event. So someone has obviously, today's date is, we're in December 2016, and someone has obviously shared this video with you to share, to educate you, and to help you understand what we're all about and what we're doing. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to start by sharing something that came into my life 6 months ago. I was looking for something that would bridge the gap between what we were eating and what we should have been eating, because we'd moved and we had come down to Tasmania. I live in Tasmania. It was so cold, and we found it really hard to take in the nutrients from the fruits and vegetables, because we had them in juice form and smoothie form, and so I was finding it hard to bridge that gap. And so I was looking for something, and I came across Juice Plus. Juice Plus came into my path actually just over a year ago, actually. I was watching a person who I didn't know on Facebook, and she was just sharing her journey. And so I reached out to her because I heard she mentioned juice beans. And I'm an avid juicer. I love juicing, but you know what comes with juicing? The mess, the expense. To have fruits and vegetables and juice them daily, it's quite expensive. The mess and cleaning up my juicer, that was quite, it took quite a lot of time. And so I have 5 children, we have 7 in our family, and that took up a lot. And so I asked her about these. Fast forward 5 months, and I jumped on them. And the reason I jumped on them is because it's food. I don't like supplements very much. Supplements just create what I think is rainbow weed. It comes out, supplements are fractured. What attracted me to this was it was actual whole food. And I love that. So we have here over 26 fruits, vegetables and berries that have been pulped, dried and encapsulated. In capsule form, looks like someone's been into my berries. My kids go into my berries. Berries are the skin ones. So capsule form. And I am able to share this with my family. We get 26 fruits and vegetables into our bodies daily. And this is just a win for us, because what happened was when we started, my husband wanted to jump on, and he was a serious sugar addict. And I actually discouraged it because I thought he would take it and then go to work and eat what he normally would. But then when I started seeing him change, his eating habits change, I realized that we're onto something, because in my study as a raw food coach, I had learned that whatever you flood your body with, you crave more of. So what these were doing, it was increasing his craveability for good food and decreasing his craving for sugar. And so his sugar cravings drastically reduced. Because it increases your craveability, you're wanting more fruits and vegetables. I started seeing bananas and apples. Actually, I saw one today in his car today, whereas normally I'd find a stash of lollies in his glove box. And so he was taking this. He started to get sick when he ate his normal sugar and his treats, and it just was a win for me, because I know that sugar is just, it's not a good, it's no good. It's just not good. It causes inflammation, and that's what he noticed as well. His inflammation was reducing in his knees and in his elbows, because he lifts weights. And that was such a win for our family. I stopped nanny napping. My skin started clearing up, because I had kind of blotchy skin. My children, that's what I was saying about the berries. My teams love taking the berries because it clears their skin from acne. And so, because it's whole food, our bodies recognize it. And our bodies take in these fruits and vegetables. So these are things that we normally wouldn't eat. I mean, really, who eats over 26 fruits and vegetables a day? I have maybe 3 pieces of fruit, and I'll have a salad, okay? But the recommended daily amount is at 9 to 12. That can be hard. That's what we should be eating. But what this is doing, it's bridging the gap between what we do eat and what we should eat, okay? And so this has been a blessing in our life. And what happens too, like I was going to say, we're eating fruits and vegetables we wouldn't normally eat. Acerola cherries, artichoke, kale, pomegranate, cranberry. And these have been chosen for their amazing properties. Cranberry is great for the kidneys and for different ailments like UTIs. And you've got peach, pineapple, and apple. There's so much in these. And because they are they're spray-free, herbicide, pesticide-free, and they're picked at its peak ripeness, we can be assured that they're not picked way before they're ripe and just put into a cool store. And this so resonated with me, because my children and I actually had a fruit stall where we would get fruit from the warehouse and we would go sell it, and within a couple of days it would go rotten, because it had been in the warehouse for so long. Once it got out into the warm air, it would rot so fast. And so this product has been around for 25 years. And to me, that shows me its longevity, because it's been around so long. It also doesn't contain safety labels. You'll find a lot of products and supplements have safety labels where children aren't allowed to take them or pregnant women aren't allowed to take them. It's not the case with these. Children and babies take them, as well as that. Speaking of which, we have chews, and the chews are for children. And our company is a company with heart, and that they give the chews for free. So a child is sponsored, so I call them turtles, because, you know, sometimes when we tell our kids they're vegetable chews, they won't take them just because it's a vegetable. They actually taste like cherries in my mind. Our company sponsors one child for every order that we place for free. So a child between the ages of 4 to 18 can get these chews for free. And that's just a bonus. So because it increases craveability, we all know like attracts like. If you take a McDonald's all the time, you crave it more. Sugar, you crave it more. But when you're having fruits and vegetables, you're actually craving more fruits and vegetables. And it just makes sense that we need to take more fruits and vegetables into our body. And it reminds me of what a famous philosopher, Hippocrates, said, and that's, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. And so what this is doing is it's helping us to create a health culture in families. And that's what I love. I love that we can do that, because as our craving increases, we also have what's called the Juicy Body Transformation Program. And that contains over 200 recipes. Whoever joins us, they get put into a group of must be over 9,000 and 10,000 people now, where you get the recipes. Most of the recipes are sugar-free, gluten-free, and dairy-free. And they are an amazing support for us, because obviously as our bodies go through the change, we want to know, okay, what do I do now? I'm craving fruits and vegetables. I can't eat a carrot all the time. I can't just eat plain fruit. What can I do? So we have these amazing recipes that help support this lifestyle, as well as, and that's what it is. It's a lifestyle change. It's not a diet. It's food. It's a lifestyle change. And that's what this is all about, helping families to change their lifestyle by just making one simple change. As well as that, we have the whole food powders, which are like a shake, and they have pomegranate, they have radish sprouts, broccoli sprouts, spirulina, all your nutrients that you normally wouldn't get from powders. And so that's what we're excited about. And it's been an amazing journey for some of us, and we're going to actually hear some of those stories right now. I am going to pass the time over to Amanda, who's going to share what's happened in her life since she's been on Juice Plus. So, hey Amanda, I am going to unmute you. Can I unmute you, or do you have to do that? Can you unmute?
I'm unmuted, hey.
Okay, cool.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So for those that don't know me, I'm a mum of 10 kids. I stay at home, and my juicy journey began about 5.5 months ago. I was introduced to the product through H. I was watching her on Facebook, and for as long as I can remember, I've been iron deficient, and I was bordering on needing a blood infusion. So when I started the product, it was a sort of, oh, let's see what can happen by introducing more fruits and veggies into my diet. And I'd had periodic blood tests that was telling me that my body wasn't absorbing iron and it wasn't storing it. So I was getting closer and closer to needing the blood transfusion. So my doctor gave me, by this time I'd been on the product for about 2 months. And so he wanted me to wait another couple of months. And I got the results last week, that my body now is starting to actually store the iron that it's absorbing from my food. And I put this down to taking the juice beans daily. Without having that product in my life, my inner health, I don't think, would have improved. So along with having my blood starting to do what it needed to do for my body, I've no longer have urinary tract infections. My skin has cleared up. I feel alive. I'm no longer lethargic and wanting to have a nana nap. It's been a blessing to me and to my family as well, because most of my family are either on the beans or on the chews. My daughter's had some amazing results with the product as well. She was having migraines monthly, and she no longer has those. She had warts that disappeared off her feet. Her skin is doing really well. And it all comes down to having that added goodness coming into our lives that we just couldn't get through consuming just fruits and vegetables by themselves. So yeah, I'm really grateful for the juicy journey, and it's something that we'll continue to do as a family. So back to you, H.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Mandy. That is awesome. That's an amazing story. One of our amazing stories. So I appreciate your share, Mandy. Thank you. And so now we're going to go over to Brooke. Brooke is one of my buddies, and she's going to share her story with Juice Plus. Hey, Brooke.
Hi, Hinarara. Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Thanks for having me on. Yeah, so my name's Brooke. For those, I'm going to get myself off the screen because I don't want to see a big picture of myself. I came across the products. It's been 8 months for me now. I was looking for something. So I've got a 2-year-old son, and he's 2 now, but at the time I was just really, really struggling with my energy levels, and just looking. I was looking for something. I went to my doctors actually, and they did some blood tests, and it's a bit sad, but it wasn't actually picked up at the time. I had chronic fatigue, and it wasn't until 2 months ago now that the blood test results showed that I had chronic fatigue. But anyway, so my energy levels were really, really low, and they're like, there's nothing we can give you. There's nothing really that they do give for when your energy levels are low, but they'll hand anything else out if you can't sleep or you're depressed or you're whatever. So I've always eaten really well. So as I said, I was looking for something, and I came across the products, and I thought, well, it makes sense to me. Like I'm not getting that amount of fruit and veg into my diet every single day. And, I'd love to. I was reading so many different people's stories and hearing people's stories. I was like, well, I'd love to try them myself. Like, well, what have I got to lose, pretty much. And anyway, within the first, so prior to that, just to another little issue that I had, well, it's not little issue, but for 13 years I had basically chronic constipation. So I lived with that for, a very long time. So it's very painful, and, lots of bloating. And when I could go up to 4 weeks sometimes without passing a stool. So very, very uncomfortable. And, all those toxins flying around your body, it just makes you feel sick. And I'd seen so many different doctors and gastroenterologists, and I tried naturopath. I was seeing a naturopath for 12 months, and there was just nothing that consistently worked for me. So anyway, 2 weeks on the product, so I'm like, it might help with my energy levels, and it might help with my pooping, so I'm going to give it a go. And within 2 weeks, I noticed my energy levels increased dramatically, which was just amazing. But I did go through a bit of a period of time where my body was detoxifying. So it was, a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit painful. I was nauseated, but not everybody goes through the same effects when you start the capsules. But yeah, for me, I understood there was a lot of healing going on inside. So within a month of being on the products, I was able to poop again. Like I'm waking up every morning and needing to go to the toilet. And for me, that was just life-changing. Like the products have completely changed my life. And I love sharing them with other people. Another small part of, with the constipation that I had, I suffered bulimia. And I don't know if you all know what that is, but when you're getting rid of your food, and it wasn't because I had issues with my weight. I mean, like there's nothing of me. It was because I was so afraid of the pain for, when the food was not digesting properly. So that was another mental battle that I had to deal with. And the products have now helped me that, I'm pooping better, I'm sleeping better, my skin is so much better, my digestion is better, and I've also been able to come off some antidepressants. So wow. For me, it's changed my life. And my son now, he has the chews, and he's picking up, carrots and tomatoes out of the fridge, straight out of the fridge, and, munching on them like apples. And it's amazing to see, because, before I really struggled to get veggies into him. So I'm very passionate about the products, and I love sharing them with other people.
That's amazing. That's so awesome. Thanks so much, Brooke.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for your share. That, you know, this is just the start of what's happening. We call it a movement. I call it the juicy life, but there's just so much happening, and there's so many stories that we hear, and it really is a life changer. So thank you so much for that, Brooke. I really appreciate that. Now we're going to pass the time over to Gay, who's going to share her story as well. So Gay Allen is over here, and then she's going to change it up a bit. There you go. Hello.
Hi. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How's it going?
Good. How's everyone?
We are awesome.
Okay, so I've been on the beans now maybe 5 months. The reason I got on them was initially was for my joint pain. I started feeling pain in my knees, and I wanted something natural to heal it. I didn't want, the synthetic stuff. I've been on iron tablets pretty much my whole life, and I didn't like what they were doing to me. They were pretty much doing nothing. I was taking a whole lot of tablets, and as Henrietta said, I had disco wee all the time, and which meant that the iron tablets weren't sticking. So I was always tired, always didn't want to do a lot. I'd come home from work and want to have a sleep at 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, evening. But yeah, I was always tired. My daughter called me boring because I didn't want to do anything. I really didn't, even on the weekends. And so after probably a month of being on the beans, my energy levels lifted. I started I've got no pain in my knees at all. And yeah, my energy levels are crazy. I don't have nano naps anymore. And the benefits for my daughter is she is liking her fruits and veggies a lot more. I like this cabbage coleslaw. We have this coleslaw a lot. It's got about 12, 13 different kinds of veggies in it, and she smashes through it. So that's a good indication that she's loving her beans and that they're working for her. She also downs her green smoothies in the mornings, and we actually wiped through my shakes, which was supposed to last 4 months. They probably lasted 2, which I'm not happy about, but hey. Then I joined the business probably about after a month, and I joined the business because I wanted my family to feel the benefits, the health benefits that me and my daughter were getting. And I have the majority of my family on the beans, my mum, my sisters, and we're still working on the men in my family, including my dad. My dad's probably the biggest skeptic, and that's fine. You know, mum pushes him through, and hopefully we'll be able to get him on the beans next year.
Awesome.
When I joined the business, I kind of just joined because that was my goal, was to get my family on the beans, and I didn't think anything. I didn't have any negative thoughts or anything about the business, but a lot of people, when they come into the business, they look at it and think, oh, this is a pyramid scheme, you know, I don't want to deal with that sort of stuff. But if we look at, I'm going into this now, Hind, yeah?
Yeah, cool. We're going to change it up, guys. This is actually a business, and so we're going to change it up and talk about what we do. Cool. Thanks, Kate.
So, yes, people are skeptical about coming into the business because they think it's a pyramid scheme. And it's funny because when I look at the company I currently work for, I look at them and think that they're actually structured as a pyramid. So if we look at the way a pyramid is, can we all see that? No?
Yes. Yep.
You see that? Yep. Okay. So just taking the company I currently work for, I believe they're set up as a pyramid scheme. So in my company, we have at the top a CEO, and we have all these different levels. So we have our division managers, we have our site managers, we have department managers, we have supervisors, and I sit on this level here. Then we have team leaders. Then we have that's where we have our customer service, our pickers, packers, our drivers, our, you know, all the people that get paid minimum wage, that sort of stuff. In order for me, if I ever wanted to move up, which I really do in the company, I want to take my boss's position, I would have to wait till my boss leaves or moves up himself or retires, which he's got a good 25 years left in him, so I'll probably be waiting a while until I move up. So yeah, it doesn't give you a lot of room in this pyramid scheme. It doesn't give you a lot of room to move around or up, because when you're moving up, there's only one position to take at a time. Okay, so it's going to take you a long time till you get up to here, up to this position. Well, coming into this business, I'm just going to get a blank part, 1 second. If we get coming into this business, we flip the pyramid upside down. Can we see that?
Yes.
Okay. And no matter who we are, what our status in life, or, you know, our social settings, whatever, when we start down here, doctor, lawyer, if we're a picker, packer, if we're a supervisor, anything, we start down here, we're all on the same level. When we're moving up, as we're moving up, it doesn't matter who's moving up or at what pace. There are heaps and heaps of spaces, so you don't have to wait for anyone else to move up for you to move up. Okay, so my thoughts on the pyramid scheme is what I'm currently in, what the business that I'm currently in, where I'm currently working, and the company that I'm currently working with, and that's what I want to get out of. This gives me hope that no matter how fast or how slow I go, there's plenty of room for me to move up to. So when I came into the business myself, there was no thoughts of, you know, I don't want to join this company because it's pyramid scheme, you know, that sort of stuff. Because I know I'm currently a part of a pyramid scheme, which I'm trying to get out of. Yeah.
Cool.
Anything else?
No, that's perfect. Thank you, Gay. Thanks for that.
All
Okay.
good.
We're going to pass it over to Debbie, and Debbie's going to share this is how we actually share the business. Okay. Hey, Debs.
Hey. Okay, so I'm going to share with you about the popcorn effect in our business. And when you come into this business, I find you meet a lot of people that you don't even know, but you're part of one big team, and that's what I really love about. So I'm going to start with myself and put myself here, and Henrietta was the one that actually brought me into her team, and I know for a fact that when she joined the team, she didn't even know the person that brought her in, and it was only because of a post that she had made, and she started querying about it, and then became interested, and eventually she joined. But anyway, Henrietta joined, and I joined under her. She also had other people join, join along with her. And then I had Timi that joined me as well, and some of H's team. Can you see it? some of her team, like Liz, Gowan, who else, and some others. They all joined H's team, and they all have a bunch of teamies as well that have joined them. So as you can see, it's given like a popcorn effect where it just explodes. And that's how you feel when you come into this business, because people know so many and they join them. It's not necessarily you will get to know, you'll know them at all, but you know they're part of you, part of your team. And that's what I found really awesome about this. So that's basically the popcorn effect. But we're going to turn that into numbers, the power of numbers. So when you start, you bring in 2. And if you were to tell your 2 to go out and share it with 2 others, that would be 4. Because the business is all about sharing the stories about the benefits of how you feel about the product and how you were introduced to the product. So it's not it's not about selling, it's all about sharing, and that's the other thing. So if you told 4 to share with 2, that will then be 8, and they did the same, it would be 16, and then 32, a total of 32 in your team. But if we were to do the power of 5 and show you the effect of the power of 5, and they go out and share it with 5 each, it will then be 25, and they do the same, that's 125, and then 625, are my numbers right?
Yep.
Then 3,125. Can you see how much of a difference that has made by just sharing it with 5 people? And all you had to do when you brought in 2 is just add another 3 people to your team. So that's the numbers, the power of numbers.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks, Debs. So that's what it is. That's how we share this business. I actually frown upon people who are salespeople, because we look for people that have 3 things to join our business. And I'll share those 3 things later. But for now, I'm going to share with you how we get paid in this business. And I like doing this because, you know what? I learned a while ago that money gives us choices. And when we help people get what they want in terms of health and prosperity, we receive that in return. So we get paid 3 ways: retail profit, commissions, and bonuses. And so I'm going to share with you this part, just one part, and it's bonuses. And so when you start out in this business, you start out as a VF. Now, one of the first levels that you get to, the levels that we aim for, is SDVF. One of the first levels. Now, when you hit SDVF, you don't need to know what that is. It means Senior Direct Virtual Franchisee. You receive a $400 bonus if you are teachable and you do the work, and the person that brought you in or taught you receives a $400 bonus as well. And so, who do we have? I actually asked someone to share, but Debbie, can I quickly ask you to share how you got to SDVF? Like, was it easy to get to SDVF?
Yeah, I found it really easy. I didn't realise how simple and easy it was. I was skeptic, but when H taught me how to do it, I went out, found someone who wanted to join my team, and with the both of us together, we went out and shared it with customers, which allowed me to build up enough points to get my 4,000 points for SDVF.
Awesome, awesome. So Debbie is currently working towards the next level, which is SC. And so when you hit SC, you do the work and are teachable. When you hit SC, you get a $600 bonus, and the person that taught you gets a $600 bonus as well. And so I have got Brooke, who's going to share. She's almost there. She's a smidgen from that. So Brooke.
Yay. Am I on mute? I'm off mute. Yeah, look, for me, it was just a no-brainer. Like, I just love the product, so I wanted to and people were asking me, like, well, what is it that you're doing? And, you know, you seem so vibrant and so much energy, and what's changed? So people were asking me, and I was like, well, I'd like to share them with people and try and help other people with, you know, different health issues that they were having. So I decided to become a distributor, and I find it really easy to share the product. So I've got about 40 customers myself. And look, I have had a couple of team that have joined the business, and they've just sort of found that it's not for them. It's not for everybody, but the ones that are passionate about it, like I guess all of us here, you know, the ones that are part of the business, it's just it's life-changing. So yeah, I found it, as we said, I'm nearly at SC. I've just qualified twice, so that's just another part in the business that we sort of tick off, and the next step that we go to. And I've just, as I said, I've had a couple of team members that decided that it wasn't for them, so I'm just looking for another team member at the moment. But it's so enjoyable the whole way through. You know, you're just buddying up with some amazing people and meeting some really fantastic people along the way, and connecting with people that you've never even met before, and you end up having nice relationships with other people. So yeah, I absolutely love this business and love sharing the products and opportunity with other people as well.
Awesome. Thanks. You said something very significant there, Brooke. It's a community. That we don't come into this alone. You know, we may start down here as VF, but we actually come in with maybe 500 to 1,000 people that are sharing, and they help us, and we have our leaders that help us, and they reach down and help us. It is a community. And you know what I've found? There are no men on here. My husband, he's painting at work tonight, but with women, we are so connected. We love connection, and this is the place to get that. And it's just been amazing. I met Brooke in June, and for the first time, and we've been mates ever since. And so now every time we see each other, it's just an awesome experience. And I didn't even know her when I started. I'd been in the business a month, and we just connected, and that's what I love about this. So thanks for that, Brooke. So the next level that we work towards is SSC, SSC. And when you reach that level, you get a $1,200 bonus, and the person that taught you gets a $1,200 bonus as well. So I reached that last month, and I have to tell you, it just snuck up on me, because when I teach our team, I teach them, we talk about how many people do you want to help with their health? Do you want to help get rid of their, nanny naps, and help to increase their energy, and help their kids to eat better and poo better? And we also, the other question we ask is, how many people do you want to help with their finances? Do you want to bring income into their family? Now, sometimes, you know, and I'm going to share this. I'm going to be loud and proud about this. Sometimes we can be a bit shy sharing money because of fear of judgment. But you know what? Money gives us choices. Money helps us to help our families. Money helps us to help our people and our families, and to help people, to give to charity, and to help our husbands too. Our husbands, for those of us who have husbands here, they work so hard, and you know, most of the time, and I heard someone a couple of days ago, she's just retired her husband. He works in FIFO. And that was just it touched my heart, that story, because she was able to share how grateful she was for him for providing and working so hard. But now she has the opportunity to bring him home, and he can do what he really wants to do. And that's what I love. I love that I'm able to help this here. So my first goal was to get enough product for my family. My next goal was, we've always been one income, I've done stuff from home. My next goal was to get off family assistance. I didn't have to, but it was just something that I wanted to do. And my next goal is to retire my husband. He actually doesn't want to be retired. He loves providing for us. But I also want him to have the option to come home and to do his art. He loves doing his art. And so I started actively. I started doing this business 6 months ago. And I've made 5 figures in this business, and it was money that I didn't have before. I've been able to travel and share it with my share this business. I was able to meet Brooke at a conference and go to another conference with I think we must have had 900 people at the first one, and I forgot how many we had at the next one, but it just goes to show the power of what this does for us. Money is choices, and that's what I love, to be able to give my family a choice and my husband a choice if he wants to come home. Okay, and so the next level is QNMD, and when you reach that level, it's $1,500, and the person that taught you gets a $1,500 bonus as well, and the last level is NMD. Now, by that time, the person that taught you will be getting enough money, so you get that $3,000 bonus. This has been a life changer for my family and I. I was so skeptical. For me, it was one of those things that, you know, everyone's spewing their product on you, everyone just wanting to make money, and it just didn't resonate with me when I first started out. But when I met the community, when I made new friends, and I saw what they were doing, and I saw that this was a helping business. This was a business where we serve. It's disguised as it's a serving business. It's a personal development business, but it's, you know, it really is so much fun. It's disguised as a business. And it is something that we're in for the long haul, because I just love that these bonuses sneak up on us. The commissions really start to kick in when you just help others, just helping people. And so, and the retail bonus the retail profit happens as well when you share the product. This is what we've been able to do to bring back the joy into the lives of people. I looked at our team as a whole this week, and we've been able to help 420 families and individuals in the last 6 months to really make the change and to help with their health and to start bringing in income for their families so they have choices. Money is choices. And this is what Bring Back the Joy is for us. I'm so grateful that it's come into our lives, and so grateful to be able to work with so many beautiful people and to help so many families. It's just a blessing. So if you have been sent this recording, just go back to the person that has sent this recording and she or he will be able to help you and get you on the path to bring back joy into your life in the ways that we've shown. And I was going to share that we only need people with 3 things: those that have a desire, a big desire, those that are willing to take action and do the work, and you just have to be teachable. You don't need a degree, you don't need to have any special knowledge, you don't need to be an expert. It's just those 3 things. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you everyone for jumping on and sharing. Very appreciative for your shares, and I will see you again next week. See you next week, guys. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Good night.
Good night. I've stopped recording.